Hey, crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky DIY, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba, Canada. With this layout, you can create a multitude of cards for pretty much any occasion, just by following the same measurements, but change up any of the die cuts, any of the paper, any sentiment to make it completely unique. And if you pre-cut the pieces, it'll be super fast to bulk produce these cards anytime. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is our finished card base. We're going to layer on a piece of the timeless plaid, which is cut to 4 inches by 5 1/4. I like usually 1/4 inch layers, but sometimes I also like to throw in an 1/8 because just sometimes you just want a little bit of a peak of color, but not too much. We're also going to be using another piece of Lost Lagoon. This one is 1 inch by 5 inches. And I'm actually going to do a little banner cut. So what we're going to do is take our scissors up as high as we want, cut into the middle, and then go from the corner to the end of your cut, and the corner to the end of your cut, and that will give you a square, even, assuming you got middle right, banner. And you can make it as deep or as shallow as you want. All right, so then we're going to play with the placement of our layer. This is 3 inches by 4 inches, and our basic white layer I've got at 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. So just a tiny bit smaller. Now the banner is going to go behind, but we're also going to stamp our sentiment, which is the Happy Birthday vertical from the So Sincere stamp set. So I'm not going to adhere my layers. I'm just going to put it where I want first. And of course, use whatever sentiment you want. Not sure why I'm fiddling with this so much because it's not even adhered yet. I just want to make sure that my sentiment is going to be where it is. And the reason I'm not adhering anything yet is because in case I mess up and something goes a little bit wrong, I can flip it over and try again. Move this over just a bit. It's a little too close, and that's, I don't know, center-ish. I am loving the Timeless Plaid Designer Series paper. All right, so this I'm going to lay flat on my card. So I'm just going to do a couple of strips, and then I'm going to go to the top of the layer for that. Slightly different than I had planned. And then I'm going to bring this one down, but I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. Now, I'm not stamping an image on this. What I'm using instead is one of the die cuts from the Storybook Moments Designer Series paper pack. There are 2 packs with oodles of designs. It's very reminiscent of Beatrix Potter, which I absolutely love. Okay, so there-ish looks good. But I don't know, I feel like he needs something. I actually feel like the white is too stark. So switching up that plan, basic gray or smoky slate. I think I'm going to use smoky slate, actually. I think this is smoky slate. I've been designing class cards, and I've got a few pieces of Designer Series paper all over my desk. Okay, so 2 7/8. Actually, in case you don't, if you're unsure of doing smaller measurements, on the cutting plate, this is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, but they're all basically the same. So you've got your main inches, so like 1, 3, 4, whatever. And then your next longer line is the half. The third longest line is 1/4. The fourth is 1/8, and then the smallest one is 1/16. Very rarely do I measure in 1/16 of an inch because that's just way too hard on my head. I like easy mostly. Okay, Yeah, I think this is going to be a better, much better match. Yep. Okay. I liked the white, but plans change. Okay, so now we're going to do this guy. Bring this back to the center so I can see what I'm doing and you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to aim for center. I like to line up one corner and then the second corner before I push down, because that'll make sure that it's mostly square. We're just going to get some more dimensionals and then pop this guy up. He's a little bit of an odd shape and he's a little bit big. So I'm going to do a few dimensionals in a few different spots. There we go. If you are finding it hard to take the dimensional paper off, there's a, not on this one, the other end that comes with the Take Your Pick tool is a spatula end, and it flicks under really easily to pick them up, and it also flicks them off really easily. Okay, so, okay, oops, got a little close to the edge on that, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a trim. These are foam, they're really easy to cut. I'm just going to do a little bit of a snip, and now it's hidden. We're just going to put him in the middle. And then I just got new bling. This is the, excuse me, the low profile dots from the new mini catalog. Celebration is going until the end of February. So with every $60 purchase, you would get 60, no, that's not right, 75. It changed this year. You get to pick one free item from Celebration. And there are so many bling things to pick from. I love them. I think 3 is good for this guy. So we're just going to go and stick these back in. I've been trying really hard this year to make sure that all of my bling goes back where it belongs. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes not so much. All right, so you can change, as I said, the paper, the colors. If you don't like this banner, put the banner this way, leave the banner off, and then you can decorate the inside however you want. I chose to use the little strip. I don't usually put a sentiment on the inside until I know who it's going to, because sometimes you just want to match the sentiment, or sometimes you just want a bigger space to write a note. If you do make a card out of this design, I would love to see it. So you can pop on over to my Facebook group, Prairie Sky Crafters, and show off your creations there. As always, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Have yourself a great day, and I'll see you soon.